The city of Ekurhuleni has appealed to the national government to intervene in what began as a single gold claim in Springs has now turned into a gold rush. Hundreds of people in the Gugulethu Informal Settlement have now turned parts of the township into chaotic digging sites, but there's been no official confirmation that gold is actually there. Newzroom Afrika's Scara Mafokoane joins us live from Springs. Now, Scara, good afternoon to you. People have been mining gold in this part of the world since 1886. What do people really believe they found now?
We'll find out just now, Stephen, and good afternoon to you and to our viewers. I had a very good, conversation with a gentleman who's going to join me just now. I just stopped him because he was carrying a bag of this part of this heap of sand where he's going to process it. Ndate, thank you so much for joining us on Newzroom Afrika. No, you have been doing this for as long as you can remember, and from this kind of mine hotopa fela mo le clear. Le godise bana le tsentse bana ka sekolo go tshwara gona le tšhelete.
No, re tsentse bana dikolo papa ba feditse mo sekolong ntse re zama the way re zamang ka teng madi ga kry-a but ga kry the way o ya ka gore na o no kry-a madi a makana kang nako ngwe itlhela go kry-ile 500 or o kry-ile 1,000 ranta o kgona go ireng o kgona gore o supporte bana ko gae o tsenye bopi ko gae bana ba kgona go ba je ko gae o kgona go bana ba kry-a diaparo dibuku mo sekolong dio tse dintsi tse di tlhokala mo sekolong ke tsona boemo bo kgona go thusa ka tsela e ntseng yano bagolo hai gore maybe ofa ke tshokolo ga sokola a ke bereke ke mokana ke maybe ke tshwere 50 years ke le kana ke tshwere 50 years a ke kry mmereko ke boa ke le go Rustenburg go le Thabong but yanong ke tlaile fa go tla sokola jaaka o mongwe le mongwe a tlo go bereka fa
a mpotse genta le saka kile. Stephen, and I'm going to ask Erhanyani uchike fela ke rona re go fihlile ke ska bontsha sefatlhego sa gago. This how many kg is this? Ke tse kaka
25 liters a 2
ke 25 liters a 2 in this hale le so o hopa reng o ka kera bokae hele wa le so.
No, ale lentsiana papa le ka sentse madi a mantsi le ka sentse madi e le go o ka solfela le batla gore o oketse mmu wa teng o nne montsinyana o tlo gona go irang o tlo gona o kry sengwenyana se o tshwantseng o se akanya go ka se kry-a.
Then how tlogamo ya kae le sifta jwang le clear jwang o bona jwang gore gona le gaut. And of course, Stephen, I must mention as well, gona le the possibility, there's been no confirmation ya gore ka nnete ka mo gona le gauta ka pela ga ke tshwere so I'm not sure gore gauta le bona jwang ga le
no gauta ga go ntse yana papa re no tsa plate ge be re tshela mmu ko teng go e checka for metsing before ge checka ka metsi before a re fetsa go e checka no go dependa gore na wa o e lebella o ka solfela gore na o ka kry-a bokae o itlhela gore ha o e lebella e nngwe e nyane ha o e ntsa maybe o kere o tsere di 20 liter di 25 liter tse 20 o itlhela gore nako nngwe e o fa 5 points and 5 points e o tlo itlhela gore e o tlela ka 500 or e o tlela ka 300.
Just quickly gona le se o se kry-ile wena since o thomile go topa
go topa fa nna ke fitlhile maloba ba mfounela ke le go gae kona ke simolla gore nka tsama kona go bona gona entle ke go kry-a yang.
The gentleman telling me, Stephen, he's from Rustenburg, but he stays in this community. So people have been coming in because they've seen social media posts, they've seen the frenzy that has been going on. It has scaled down a bit, but there are still some members of the community here. But Stephen, let's take you to a conversation I had with another gentleman who spoke to me about how he heard about this frenzy and what led him here. Let's take a listen to that conversation.
di Facebook mo di TV re ntse re utlwa gore a ka gona le pleke itseng kae e batla ka re mohlomong mobunyana teng ona di mineral batho ka nete ba bang bathotse empa ga fihla re fumana gore a go se o fedile re se re nganga fela gore re lo bona gore na gona re tla thola eng ba bantšhe ba re ba thotse ka nnete ba fumane ka mokgwa ba fumane ka nnete bo ma 17,000 ba fumane ile ba laki fela mo ba fumana teng.
So it has created some kind of, interest from people as far as Rustenburg, as this guy, the gentleman earlier I was talking to, telling us that, he heard about this, somebody called him. And the one gentleman I spoke to, the Sotho speaking, who was we concealed their identity because they don't want to be identified. But they're telling us that, the interest was grown from what they saw on social media. But they speak of socio-economic situations, their backgrounds that has led them to doing what they're doing. They do not mind doing this. This is unconfirmed, Stephen, we must mention, by the Minerals Department. It hasn't been confirmed. But you ask yourself, why they go to such lengths? I mean, you look at the gentleman in front of me right now, digging and digging. They sift, they take this sand. There is a processing area where it's getting processed. And as you heard from in the earlier bite that we played just now, the gentleman talks about an amount of about 17,000 and 15,000. He himself told us that he has made at least 1,000 so far. He heard about this when he got here on Saturday. I beg your pardon. There were a lot of people. So those who allegedly made a large amount of money were those who initially got here first. But you ask yourself, who they sell to. Those are the people they don't talk about. They don't want to reveal who the individuals they sell to are. And it is a big problem, Stephen, because, listening to an interview we did with the portfolio committee on minerals, they are concerned that these are merely the small guys. They are the people in the black market that they sell to. Ultimately, where do the minerals which they speak of go to? I mean, I'm not sure if Kay can see this. Towards his left-hand side, there are gentlemen congregating there. They have a sifter of some sort and water. That's where the initial stage of sifting begins, and before it goes to get processed somewhere else. It's something which concerns the municipality, and in fact, Stephen, in the next hour, we will be, they will be updating us on the interventions that are going to be introduced here on this side. They were here yesterday, Stephen, I must mention, with accompanied by EMPD officers. And, what we thought would be an intervention at the time was merely an assessment, we're told. They came here, they assessed the situation, and they told us that it was volatile to engage at that very point. But we will be getting an update from them in the coming hour as to the interventions after they approached net joints and they have approached the Minerals Department, national government, to try and reinforce the EMPD, who, I would suppose, they were overwhelmed when they assessed the situation yesterday, Stephen.
Scara, Mafokoane, thank you very much indeed. An astonishing report about what people are doing there and how it's being done. Really amazing to see that in such a way. Scara, thank you so much. More news